Hello students, welcome to my channel Brothers Academy. Today we will talk about Chapter 4 More Features of Microsoft Word, Chapter 4 Part 5. In today's video, we will discuss the questions raised in the previous session, followed by one of the feature of Microsoft Word, which is creating a macro, and then we will summarize this chapter. Finally, we will end the session with a short quiz. So, let's begin. The questions which we raised in the last session, the first one was, footnotes appear at the bottom of the page. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. Footnotes appear at the bottom of the page. What are the shortcuts to insert a footnote and endnote? And the answer is, the shortcut to insert a footnote is Control Alt F, and for the endnote it is Control Alt D. So this is the quiz from the last session. Now, let us continue with today's session. Students, let us take a look how we can create macros in Microsoft Word. Basically, macro are used when you want to automate certain piece of task. And in Word, you can automate frequently used tasks by creating and running macros. Okay, first you need to create a macro and then you can run the macro. So macro is basically a series of commands and instructions that are grouped together as a single command to do a task automatically. This is usually done to speed up editing and formatting. Now, let us take a look how we can create a macro. In order to create a macro, you need to click on the View tab. Okay. So after you have clicked on the View tab, you need to go to the macro group and you need to click on this option macros. And then you need to choose this record macro option. The moment you select this, you get this dialog box, record macro. Here you can give the name to your macro. Let's say my macro 1. Okay. So once you have given the name to the macro, and if you want this macro to appear in all the documents, you can select this option, all documents. And after that, you need to click on this button option. So once you do this, you get this word options dialog box. Okay. Now you need to select your macro. You have given the name my macro 1, and let's add this macro here. Okay. So once you have added the macro, you need to click on this modify button, and you can choose any image of your choice from this modify button. Let's say I am selecting this one, the green. Okay. Now click OK. Now you can see the image along with the macro name, my macro 1 has come over here. Okay. Now click OK and your recording is started. Okay. So let me say, hi, my name is Mishika Singh. Okay. And I want to make this text as, let's say, green color and bold and italic. Okay. Now I am going to stop this macro. Again, go to this view button, go to this macro option, and then stop recording. You can also pause your recording. So as of now, I am stopping this recording. Okay. Now, if I want this text to appear multiple times in the document, then I can just run the macro instead of typing it again and again. Okay. For that, I need to go to the View tab and go to the macro, View macro, and we gave the macro name as my macro 1, and then just run it. So you can see so quickly the text, which we entered into that macro is typed into your document. So macros are basically used when you want certain series of command to be repeated again and again in a document or your multiple documents. Then you can create a macro and group those commands, and then you can run that macro across multiple document or in the same document. Okay. So basically, this is done to speed up your editing and formatting in the document. I hope this is clear to you. You can just try it on your machine so that it is much more clear to you. Students, we saw how to create a macro. With this, we come to the end of this chapter, more features of Microsoft Word. Now, let us summarize this, what we have learned in this chapter. First, we started with inserting columns. We saw how we can insert columns and how we can navigate between the various columns. Then we talked about insert image available on your computer as well as online images, how you can crop an image, how you can crop to a particular shape, how you can change the image saturation, tone, color, how you can give the artistic effects to the image, how you can change the appearance of the image with the brightness or contrast. And then we saw how we can add the border to the image. And also we saw while inserting image how you can change the position of the image, or you can just make your picture fixed and you can wrap the text around the image. Okay. Then we saw how we insert shapes in the Word document. Insert a shape, format a shape, place one shape on top of another shape, add text in a shape, how you can change the size of the shape. Using the yellow handles, you can change the size or you can make it a different shape. You can just play with that shape and all. And then we talked about insert a text box, add text in a text box, format the text, change the shape of the text, format text box, apply visual effects such as shadows and glows. Then we talked about insert word art, format word art, change text fill, change text online, change the thickness of the text, apply text effects like shadows and glows, and how you can change the text direction which you have inserted within the text box. Then we came to the drop cap. Drop cap basically display the first letter of the paragraph in a large size, give artist effect to your document. And then we discussed footnotes and endnotes, which provide explanation, comments, or references for text in a document. Footnote appears at the end of the same page and the endnote appears at the end of the document or section. And in today's video, we discussed about the macros, which is basically a series of commands or instructions that are grouped together as a single command to do a task automatically, and they are usually done to speed up your editing and formatting. So these are the various topics which we discussed in this particular chapter. Okay, now time for a short quiz. The first question which I have for you is what is a macro and why they are used? The last ones, do macros record selection made with the mouse? You have to give me the answer as yes or no. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of chapter 4. Thank you students for your time. Please go through all the videos of this chapter thoroughly and try the different topics which we have discussed on your machine so that you are comfortable and you get a hands-on with all the topics. In case of any query or doubt, you can post it in the comment section. I'll talk to you soon in our next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.